and welcome back to my channel. It's Mia and today I'm going to be filming a Spanish versus English makeup. Obviously, if you don't already know, I lived in Spain for 2 years, so I'm kind of familiar with the culture and I had a lot of friends there, so I know how they used to do their makeup. Now I just do the makeups, which is a pleasure for me. But joking aside, every country and every culture has a different way of doing the makeup. Today I thought I'd do half my face English and half my face Spanish, so this should be interesting. And again, I just want to add in a disclaimer that this video is not meant to offend anyone. That is not my intention. If you do get offended in this video, I apologise in advance, but hopefully you won't be, because that's not what I'm trying to do. So we're just gonna be zooming you in and we'll get straight on into this video. So for starters, I'm going to be doing the Spanish eye on this side and then the English on this side, I've decided. And for eyebrows, we're going to be using a brow powder, just because I think this is probably how they'd use it. Sometimes maybe they'd use an eyeshadow, but I've seen most people use either powder products or like a pomade, but dry pomade, so I find that this is probably one of the best techniques. Now they literally just brush through it. They're not as full glam as those. Like girls my age, they won't, I don't know, they won't wear lashes, as you'll see in this video. I've never seen anyone apart from dancing wear lashes, so I don't know, it was really strange for me when I first went over, because obviously I'm used to England and we all know England's quite big in the beauty world, so it's a little bit strange. And they literally, by the way, for the eyebrows, they're quite natural, so they just like feather it in. And some people, I know it can get a little bit blocky towards the front, so I'm not going to create the biggest ombre. I'm just going to, and I'm making this look as good as I can, by the way. Like, this isn't a, oh, this is the bad side and this is the good. That isn't how it's working today. I'm just going to be explaining what I've learnt through Spanish makeup and like how I've seen them use it. So I feel like that is a pretty basic brow for Spanish people. Like, then for me personally, I like to use a pomade, and this is the Kabrow. I think most English people like to use a pomade. Maybe they use a pencil, but as many as I know use a pomade. Either this one, the Anastasia one, the NYX one or the other. And if you've not seen my brow tutorial already, go and check that out. I'll link that down in the description box. So basically, you know, we're just gonna go in. I've just done the other eyebrow off camera. Well, not off camera, just a bit quicker. And this is like more like in your face. So I've got the ombre going on as well. And this is like very basic, you know, this for me just be like, oh, I'm going to the shops kind of thing. Whereas this is pretty much my everyday brow at the minute. And I've carved it out with the Plouise base in shade 2. And to be honest, where I've been, I've never really seen anyone use anything on their eyelids, carve their eyebrows out, never. So I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm just going to use my bare eye. And to be quite honest, I've never really seen anyone use that much eyeshadow either. So I'm going to do an eye look on my English side. I might add a little bit, but I don't know, because I don't really see a lot of people using eyeshadow in Spain, unless it's for like dance competitions again. So today I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Here Likes Morphe palette, and I'm going to be going in to, let's just go in with a nice fluffy brush from Morphe, and I'm going to go into like this pukey brown shade. I can't really lift this palette up just because some of the shades are falling out, so basically I'm just going to take in that in the crease and just using circular motions to blend it out. And then going into like a deeper brown shade and just patting that on the outer corner. We're just going to go in with a pigment because that's what I feel like people tend to use most these days. I'm using the Peach and Cream pigment in the shade Most Wanted, which is a light gold shade. I'm just taking that on a Morphe brush, like a flat packer brush, tapping a little bit on there. I'm just going to be packing that on there. And that's just sort of like a basic sort of smoky eye really. Nothing much to it, just some nice browns and golds in there. Not much to it, but say like this is an English everyday makeup look. People in Spain don't wear everyday makeup like this. They always wear it very plain and simple, which is exactly what we're going to be doing today. So, now for face makeup, to be honest, primer, you know, moisturiser, I think it's the same on both sides. I don't use primer personally on myself ever. I don't know. On my clients I always use like a moisturiser, or if they have oily skin I use a professional or silicone based primer. But on myself personally, I don't really need it because I don't always have, sometimes I have an early breakout but not very often, so I don't need it. I just use a moisturiser and I've already put that on today. So for foundation, on this side it's a bit difficult because not everyone uses a foundation as such. They use like a drugstore like concealer or foundation, but basically I think the best one to use today is the Maybeline Age Rewind. I think this is the best example I have to use for a foundation. So literally I'm just going to be using this today as the foundation for this side of my face. And honestly they probably wouldn't use this much. Oh, I need coverage people, I need coverage. And then what brush would they use really? Maybe like one of these ones, and just sort of swirl it in. And then for concealer, they'd literally probably use exactly the same colour underneath their eyes. Just like that. I don't know if they'd use it on the chin really that much, but I'm just going to take a little bit more coverage. I'm just going to blend that out with the brush. I don't really understand the contour and highlighting inside of things. It's not as advanced beauty over there, to be honest. I don't want that to sound like offensive, but it's true. And then I'm just going to take the beauty blender to pat out the concealer under my eye. And then I'm going to just take a little bit of that onto the lid. Just like that. And see, that doesn't look bad, but it's just very plain for me. I'm going to be using a pretty full coverage foundation, something a lot more what we would use, and that is the Fenty Beauty the Hydrating Foundation in the shade 280, and the concealer I just used was in the shade Buff, I believe. So I'm just going to be taking a pump of this, pump of that, and I'm going to be taking that on my Real Techniques Dual Fibre brush, just tapping that on and basically working that in like once that's blended out, moving on to concealer, we usually use something a little bit more brightening for that contour and highlight contrast. So I'm going to be using a little bit of this, just like that, a little bit there, down my nose a little, and then here. So I'm going to be using the brush that we just used for the foundation to blend this out. Blend this out, and then to blend my forehead out. And then I personally like to use a brush to blend my concealer out at the minute, and I'm just going to be patting that in. And not only is this a lot more brightening, it's also a lot more full coverage, so that's a lot more English. As you can see, this is a lot more lifted and brightening, whereas this is just sort of like, I haven't touched my face yet, if you know what I mean, and it's a lot more matte. So I don't really like a matte face, but people over there love a matte face. So I know a lot of people use a translucent powder. I personally got out of the habit of doing so, so I'm going to be showing you my technique in a minute. But I think it'll literally just go in with sort of a big fluffy brush, tap in the translucent powder and just go like this. So as you can see, it's pretty flat my face now, there's no dimension to it whatsoever. I'm just going to put that to the side, and then what I like to do personally is powder with a coloured powder. So this is the Fit Me powder in the shade 105, which is the lightest shade I think, and I only like to powder where I concealed. So literally just under my eye, on my chin, a bit there, on my nose, and then on my forehead. Not having too much product, and then I've still got that gloss and shine. Tap over it a little bit, but it's not flat, you still have that like wow, you know? Because then, when you're adding products on top, it'll stick to it, so it'll make it more pigmented. So now we're going to move on to contour. And they use more of an ashy contour, I think, I would say, and they use more of a brush like this, and more of a fluffy brush. So I'm going to take the Tarte Terracotta bronzer and just sort of like bronze with it. They don't so much contour, it's just like sort of like this, quite messy. As in like it's not clean cut or anything like that, it's just sort of like one of those things where it's just sort of like, yeah, okay, now that's done, which is absolutely fine, but like I said, they do prefer it a lot more ashy, so I'm just going to try and build it up a little bit to make it a bit more ashy. Now that for me is not enough, but for them it probably would be, to be honest. And now I'm going to be using a slightly warmer bronzer. This is the Clinique one. If you've watched my channel, you know I quite like this one. I'm taking that on an angled brush. I'm just taking that right up there. And we're really getting in the hairline to deepen those cheekbones. As you can see immediately, that is so much more like warm. And it sort of brings some life to my face. which is what I opt for most of the time. And then for blush, honestly I love blush, but I've never seen anyone really use blush in Spain, honestly. I know I keep saying this, but unless it's for dance, it's very minimal makeup. What I did want to add, actually just quickly, is they use a lot of eyeliner. So I'm going to be using my gel eyeliner today. So I'm just going to be taking that, and I actually forgot to do this before, I do apologise. But I'm just going to be... Now I must say, a lot of Spanish people really suit this. I don't. I really hate winged eyeliner on myself. I don't know why, but I just do. So they would rock a wing eyeliner, and they wouldn't really use a gel necessarily. I know a lot of people use the liquid, not like the pen, you know where you dip it in and then you sort of stroke it on. I know a lot of people use that, but I don't have that, so I'm just using the gel today. So this is what we'll be looking at now. So as I was saying with blush, people don't really use a lot of blush in Spain. It's like maybe a bit more pink. So I'm going to add a little bit of pink, just a very, very little bit. And this is out of the Tarte palette. I'm just going to add like a little bit, like that's it, so minimal. For me, I'm going to be using the NYX Ombre Blush in the shade New to Me. And I'm just going to be swirling my Jeffree contour brush in this and just really like building it up. And this also has a glow in it, which I enjoy. As you can see, this is still very matte, and this gives me the glow as well as some colour. And I also take that on the forehead and here. Highlighting. So both cultures seem to enjoy highlighter a lot. I actually bought this in Spain, so I'm going to use this today for the Spanish side. And I know a lot of people use a fan brush because it's well known, of course, and they use quite a light highlighter. So I'm going to be using the more white, and this is the Catrice Chrome palette, by the way. So I'm just going to be taking the lightest shades from in there and taking this on a Real Techniques little fan brush and just sort of applying that quite heavily. And people like to bring it all the way around here. So if I go like this, I don't know if you can see that, but that's literally how they'd have it. And then just taking a little bit on the brow bone, just like that, and making sure to really get that bit. And then, you know, of course, they have to have it on the nose. I have to have it on the nose. I'm just going to do that side there. And they do inner corner highlight. I've seen plenty of people doing inner corner highlight. They seem to enjoy the highlighting situation quite a lot. So I'm just going to pop the lightest shades right in the inner corner once again. And then also add a little bit to the Cupid's bow. Like that. So that's where we're at now. Put Ariana Grande on this side. And then, of course, for the English side, I'm going to be using my all-time favourite MAC Whisper of Guilt. And I'm taking that on a more sort of concentrated brush. This is, of course, the My Kit Co. My Ultra Morphe mini brush. Filling that around on my brush, and I've already got some glow going, as you can see. So that is just going to really build on it. I prefer more of a golden sort of glow. I'm just going to apply it right here, not bring it round. I also like to apply it just here. Apply it on the sides of my nose, and then a little bit just there. On the Cupid's bow. And I also like to apply it just a little bit on my chin here. Just like that. And then go into this again and just pop it right on the inner corner and also underneath the brow. Now I'm just going to be taking the brush we used for eyeshadow before and whatever's left on that brush just to run underneath the eye, because you can't not have eyeshadow underneath. I mean you can, but I prefer it to have a little bit, you know, just to make it even and have a little bit of depth. Just like that. And basically that's kind of the face done. Obviously, as you've seen, plain Jane, we just use mascara basically in Spain. I've never ever seen anyone use a pair of lashes just to go out, so I'm not going to be doing that today, and we're just going to be applying some mascara. And also you can tell so much that Spanish people don't use eyelashes because they have the longest eyelashes ever. So nice. It's my best friend Carlotta. I would die for her eyelashes. It's not even funny. It's actually not even funny. She has the nicest eyelashes ever. So today I'm going to be using some eyelashes on this side because I just know we'd use eyelashes. And I'm going to be using a nice fluffy pair, just like this. And these are the Loreal Buttercup lashes, and these are Tamara and Paloma stacked together. So I'm just going to be gluing these up using my duo glue, which is one of my favourites for me personally. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, we'll move on to lips. And for lips they use either, I can't decide which one to use because they use dark lipsticks quite a lot and they use like quite deep cool tone. They use grungy lipsticks basically, but I'm just going to go for it. And they don't really overline, but I can't help it, so I'm going to overline anyway. Something like grunge like that. It's actually probably more grey tone, but I have nothing like that, so sorry. And then I'm going to be taking this Peaches and Cream lip liner in the shade Borderline and just outline our lips. And I'm going to be using the Celebrity Skin Liquid Lipstick by Jeffree Star and just apply that. And then just going with my Holla gloss as usual. We love a nude glossy lip, and many people don't really use nude lipstick. They use more of like a deep brown or like a purplish sort of grey shade. I don't even know how to explain it, but anyway, that is what they use. So I'm just going to go in with my eyelash now. And you know, we all know that we love a good eyelash. These are like the prettiest lashes ever, just so fluffy, super pretty. And I'm now going to be applying just a little bit of mascara to that, just to mesh the eyelashes in together. So guys, this is the finished look. As you can see, both sides are very, very different. Like this side would be now like my go-to for going out, but when I was over there I would never do this. Never. Ever. I would literally, I wouldn't do the wing because I don't like wing eyeliner on me personally. I think it makes me look Chinese. But I would literally just do, not even any of that, just plain lots of mascara, maybe some black eyeliner in the waterline, but I really wouldn't do a lot. This would be like my base sort of. I know this sounds stupid, but I just wanted to fit in, so I didn't want to be like, oh, let's put a pair of lashes on. They're quite minimal makeup, and like for school, we wouldn't really wear makeup at all. I'd always put brows on, bit of mascara, bit of concealer, bit of powder, you know, I'd always like put something on, just, I don't know, I'm just like that. But yeah, I really hope this video hasn't offended anyone. I don't think it should, because I've not said anything offensive, hopefully. But I just want to apologise if I have, because that is not my intention. But I've really enjoyed creating this. It's quite funny to see them side by side. You know, you can put two people side by side and like, but when it's side by side on one person, you can really see the difference. And not everything is exact, and I don't know everything about Spanish makeup, but this is like the kind of gist of it basically. So yeah, and I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell to make sure you miss some of my future videos. I post every Wednesday, Friday and Sunday 8:30 PM, so be sure not to miss that. And I just want to say one big thank you for watching, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye guys.
I live inside my own world of make